Live because so welcome to the Christ letters. I got kicked off and I'm just going to continue reading. I'll post this as part two. I think I did about 15 minutes reading before and I got kicked off this live. So I'm restarting. I'm restarting. Let me just check. I think I still can't go back on Facebook. Facebook's still not working. And I still can't go back on YouTube. Well, I'm okay on YouTube. I'm Facebook. I can't see anything. But I'm just gonna continue reading. All right. All right. So the Christ was describing why he told his disciples to drink of his blood and eat of his flesh. So this is going to be part two. So we're just going to start reading. Yes, so we got disconnected and we're back reading. So they stopped talking and stared at me. Go on, eat, I told them. As in a dream, they quickly took some bread and passed it around, chewing a little of it. I then picked up the large goblet of wine and told them to drink from it and pass it around. This wine is a symbol of my blood. I came to give you the truth about God, truth about life. But I have been rejected. My blood will flow for you. So if you want to know why Christ came, this is what he's saying. He came to tell us the truth about God. And what is the truth about God? That there's no separation. We all come from that same source, no separation, as the Bible says. Um, None can separate us from him. We are him and he in me. The truth about life. The truth is, we are divine beings. We're like a mini universe. Everything in us works off a is their own consciousness. Our cells, our organs, everything. That's what Christ saw when he was in the wilderness. Everything is their own consciousness. So you can speak your heart have an awareness, your lungs have an awareness, every cell, your blood, every aspect of your being have an awareness of God. But he said, no one wanted to hear that. I have been rejected. My blood will flow for you. Again, in silence, they drank from my goblet and passed it on to the next man. Their faces were strained, but they said nothing. It was obvious that they were all shaken by the words and did not like them. I knew that Judas had given money to point me out to the priest soldiers when the moment was right. I knew also that the night of the Passover was to be the night. I said to Judas, go quickly and do what you have to do. Judas looked at me for a long moment, and I saw the pain and indecision in his eyes. He was having second thoughts, but my time had come, and I wanted to get it over and done with. Go, I said harshly. Judas got up and left the room. And you see, Judas was just doing what he came on earth to do. That was his role. He's the villain in the scriptures. He's the villain in our society, but Judas was doing what he came here to do. What did he came here? What about it? What did we come here to do? I don't know why. No camera, nothing. I look at the various expressions on their faces. Doubt, shock, horror, and horror with a degree of painful. Oh, no, right here I left. The disciples were amazed at the way I had spoken, and asked what it was he was going to do. He is going to the chief priest to tell him where to find me. They are going to crucify me just as I've told you. I looked at the various expression on their faces, doubt, shock, horror, with a degree of painful cynicism. Then there was an outpouring of resentful interrogation. What would happen to them? They had left home and family for me. They would be losing a life of freedom and security if I were crucified like a common felon. I said they would abandon me. They vehemently denied such a thing, but they did. And we see here Christ told his disciples that they would abandon him, and they were like, no. But they said in the Bible, they said in the Bible, only Peter denied him. Peter denied him. I was too tired to argue with them, and I had grown so strong to secure. I was tired to argue with them, and I had grown so strong, so secure in the knowledge that the Father was within and with me at all times. I could afford to forgive their disloyalty. Mm, This is what we too have to grow in the knowledge of. Yeah, this is what we too have to understand that the Father, I was too tired to argue with them. I had grown so strong, so secure. Oh my gosh. We have to know that the Father was within and with me all at all times. That's why Christ was so strong in his faith. That's why he was able to heal. We just have to have the conviction that the Father is within us and know it and just let it be like a Bible to us. We not just know it, we think it, we believe it, we have faith in it. So when our bodies ache, and I like what Pete Sapper says, anything outside of your divinity, anything outside of that God aspect of you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to know that you know. The little things shouldn't get us down. The little aches, the little pains. People talk, nothing outside of us. You affect us. You are a divine creator. We have to stand on that knowledge. Anything outside our divinity is an illusion. Anything outside of the knowledge that you are God and God is in you and you are there's no separation is an illusion. That's why Christ didn't, that's why I tell, just as I mentioned earlier in my previous video that cut off, there's no separation. There's no separation. And as he told his disciples, listen, if you go somewhere, if you hear this and it's not for you, keep moving. If you tell somebody about that there's that God, the power of God within them, and they deny it, then you keep moving. This knowledge is so important that eventually everybody has to come into this knowledge. Eventually, everyone does, whether in this life or the next. And I love this. And understand why I can't go on. I can't go back on YouTube. I can't go back on YouTube. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. All right, it is what it is. So just continue. Sorry about my YouTube fans. Sorry, just having a glitch tonight. Glitch. But I'm noticing that's on Saturday night, but whatever. Anything outside of us is a divinity. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Christ says, I said they would abandon me. They vehemently denied such a thing, but they did. I was too tired to argue with them and had grown so strong, so secure in the knowledge that the Father was within and with me all the times. I could afford to forgive their disloyalty. And he didn't just say Peter, he told all his disciples that they would deny him. All his disciples. And at the end of it all, I would be released from my body and able to ascend into the realms of light I'd so often sensed but never fully seen with earthly vision. It was a thought bringing me deep comfort and happy sense of expectation. And this shows us how happy Christ was to leave this body. Death is an illusion. Death isn't an illusion. Christ, I couldn't wait to ascend into that marvelous light. He couldn't wait. And that's why we're here. Why we're so scared of death. Death is just an illusion. And as I mentioned early, anything outside of we understanding that we are divine beings is an illusion. Everything else is an illusion. Our houses are anything outside of us. Our sickness, our lack, our pain, our this, our all the things we it's an illusion. And that's how we have to think about it. Everything outside of us is an illusion. It is. A job is an illusion. This government is an illusion. Remember, don't give these people your energy. As someone says, where thought flows, energy goes. Whatever you're thinking about, that's where your energy goes. Don't give your energy to anyone. You're a divine being. You're a divine being. All right? So I could afford to forgive their disloyalty. And at the end of it all, I would be released from my body and able to ascend into the realms of light I had so often sensed, but never fully seen with earthly vision. It was a thought bringing me deep comfort and a happy sense of expectation. So I smiled at them and said, it is good you have done what I asked in commem- commemoration of me. and of my death yet to come. Continue to break bread and drink wine together, remembering I have ever loved you and will remain with you in spirit until you join me where I go. Do not fear, but do not fear. You will be guided. You will be inspired. You will be made strong, and you will speak with clear voices. This is Jesus talking to his disciples. So the commemoration shouldn't have left that Passover because Jesus didn't take part of the Passover. He only talked about the blood and the flesh because that's what they understood at that time. They were obsessed with blood drinking and all that. That's why he used the bread and the blood for them to remember him by. It doesn't mean that we should continue uh, doing that. And that's what I we started before we got cut off. Um, it says talked about a couple weeks ago. We still um have a perception of God by what we read in our Bible. What is our perception of not only God but Christ at this time? If we have a no perception, and this is my perception now about Christ, that Christ is our brother. Christ didn't ask anyone to serve him. Christ's true mission is to know that I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. I am me, you. Not only him, Christ was it, but we all are. And the truth of our existence that the God, our Father, lives within us. That is 2024 message. That is 2024 message, not 2000 years ago message. So what's your 2024 message about